Hey everybody, welcome to Metal Movies and Brewskis Live. I'm your host Matt Burke. Tonight we're going to talk about all things metal. Got a lot of really cool topics. Can't wait to dive right into them. Right now, let's kick up the metal, man, and metal news. One of my favorite bands. They're doing something really crazy. Personally, I'm not really feeling it, but yeah, man, it's something that it's going around a lot right now, actually, in the comic book industry, the movie industry. They're going to use AI. Breaking news: band Scar Symmetry in a bold step towards the future of music. Scar Symmetry, one of the most influential Swedish progressive melodic death metal bands of our time, is thrilled to announce the integration of artificial intelligence into the creative process, embracing cutting-edge technology. The band has decided to part ways with its remaining founding member and sole composer, Per Nilsson, in order to replace him with an AI model. Yeah, man. And they state, it is with our utmost pleasure and honor that we introduce the AI model called Per GPT, because the guy's name is Per Nilsson, that will lead Scar Symmetry into the future. Per GPT has been trained on a vast data set consisting of the entire Scar Symmetry discography, and will bring in a unique blend of computational prowess and creative insight to the table. The only logical way to conclude our Singularity saga, which tells the story of the rise of AI and the fall of mankind, is to keep fiction turned into reality and have AI or Per GPT replace the creative core of the band and automatically create the third and final chapter of the Singularity. A beta version of Per GPT has been made available to the public and is free to use. So you can check it out, that link right there, if you go to their Facebook. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, this is a band that, when they hit the scene, they're cutting edge melodic death metal. Really never heard anything like it. The last two albums have been, like they said, about the rise and fall of, AI taking over, humankind falling, and very, almost like Matrix or Terminator. I don't want to say it's inspired, but the drummer wrote a lot of lyrics too. The band has always dealt with those themes, sci-fi, this like modern or futuristic technologies taking over the world, and you could hear it in the music. It sounded cool. First singer, the band had one singer who was very versatile when they first came out. Christian Alvestam, probably my favorite singer. Very versatile. They had to replace him with two guys, and it's just wow. It's just crazy to see. Yeah, I don't know. I think about that. I'm definitely going to check it out, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's just some crazy news. What up, Pops? How you doing, brother? But yeah, man, I don't know what to say about that. I think it's pretty lame. So there's this big talk now, man, about the new X-Men show. I've been checking it out. I've been actually watching it, and yeah, man, I think it's pretty cool. I think the action in there is way better than the ones from back in the day. I mean, so far it's been killer. I wouldn't let my kids watch it. They have too much. They have a little bit of woke shit in there. I'd let them watch the old ones, but the new ones, nah. But it is badass. Definitely geared, I think, towards the OG audience, myself included. And they got cool scenes like this in there, like where Gambit's like igniting Wolverine's adamantium claws with this kinetic energy. And then Wolverine jumps onto Morph's belly because he turns into the blob, and it skyrockets him into the air, and he decapitates, I believe, a Sentinel. What Gambit does, they're on the the fifth episode right now, and it's it comes out every Wednesday on Disney Plus. I get Disney Plus for free. I don't pay for it. So I figure I'll check it out. And it's pretty good. They have the same, basically, most of the returning cast doing vocals or doing the doing their voices on here. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I do recommend it though. It's been pretty nice getting this every Wednesday, and then being able to go to the comic book store and check and see, they got some new books. I will say though, man, it's been pretty bleak over there. I've been picking up Conan and the Goon and the last Ronin Part 2, and Yeah, man. Hopefully this is supposedly going to bring in some new readers. I'm thinking they're going to be launching a new X-Men book. That's we'll probably cover that maybe next week. But I believe Ryan Stegman is drawing it. He's a really good artist. Really liked what he did with the some of the Venom stuff he did. It was really cool. But yeah, man. I don't know if you guys checked out this new show, but it's pretty awesome. I like it a lot, and I like seeing Wolverine come back. It's got the same voice actor. But yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely more geared toward adults. So, yeah, that one's really cool. We also got this information too. Came down a couple days ago. If you guys didn't hear about it already, but it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin. They're making a movie of it. That's right. I still haven't read the book yet. I got them. I've been reading the sequel. I already know. I kind of got it spoiled already. So, but I'm going to start doing reviews on each issue of that. Yeah, this is it right here. Live action R-rated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie in the works from producer Walter Hamada. Tyler Burton Smith, who co-wrote the upcoming movie Boy Kills World with Bill Skarsgård. He's penning the script for this high body count tale, The Last Ronin. After the success of last year's animated hit film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mayhem or Mutant Mayhem, Paramount Pictures is keeping Turtle Power going by putting a new feature project into development. This one, however, will go beyond the realm of all ages material the long-standing property is known for and instead going into gritty R-rated territory. Sounds fucking awesome. Paramount is developing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin, adapting a popular storyline seen in the recent IDW comics as a live-action feature with the talent of making it the intent of making it an R rating. Tyler Burton Smith, who co-wrote the upcoming R-rated action movie Boy Kills World, that movie looks pretty awesome too. Who wrote the 2019 iteration of Chucky horror franchise Child's Play, is pinning the script. So sounds pretty cool. Walter Hamada's got he's got some pretty good movies under his belt. He did the Conjuring franchise, those are pretty good. He's producing this, and he was the head of DC Films for a while. I think he might have done some of the Snyder stuff, which is fucking awesome. Love me some Batman versus Superman. With the Ben Affleck as Batman was killer in there, man. That whole warehouse scene. A lot of people weren't really digging on that Batman versus Superman movie, but I liked it. Not everything about it, but it's pretty cool. The Last Ronin is about a terrifying. Well, I think a lot of people already know about that, but yeah, man, I think it's pretty cool. Right now, I wanted to get into something that I pulled up the other day. And I think you guys might think it's yeah, I was at the Scouts comic website the other day again. I came back here. They got so many cool looking books, and I seen this one right there, man. It's pretty metal looking book, Gods of Brutality. Digging the art. Kind of reminds me of old school like Kirby style a little bit. Kind of an old Marvel House style from back in the day. Basically, the synopsis is: in 2020, rock god Nick Dillon will step off the stage for the final time, ending his 37-year career as the head or lead of the metal band Gods of Brutality. The GOB, as they're known for to their fans, has sold over 70 million records worldwide and is about to release their final album, completing the story they set out to tell 37 years before. In his final interview, Nick Dillon reveals that when he died for a minute and 24 seconds in 1984, he was actually in hell, where he was tortured by demons. In an act of desperation, Nick prayed to any god that would listen to him. Thankfully, his pleas were answered when Thor and Hercules were dispatched to save him. Gods of Brutality follows Nick, Thor, and Hercules as they navigate and escape from the underworld. I think this sounds awesome, man. I'm definitely going to pick these books up. They got a lot of really cool covers right here. They got this mixtape one right here. I don't know, for some of you metalheads watching, and some maybe that do or don't know about the mixtape era. That was when like different bands would trade their tapes and stuff like that. This is before my time. A lot of bands would have their mixtapes and they would trade with other bands, and that would kind of help build build scenes with other bands, you know, like for their, you know, where their towns are at or whatnot. They're trying to build up a scene of other bands. So that's like the that's that cover right there. It looks pretty cool. Definitely looks like the singer of Venom. I think definitely Venom inspired. A lot of cool covers in here. Got some cool like Thor stuff right there. Looks like he's lore accurate, or to a certain degree. He's got his red beard. Looks pretty cool, man. He's definitely got a Kirby feel to him too in the design. Yeah, got the ram horns. Always interested to see what Thor looks like in different people's interpretations. I've done a couple designs of Thor. It's hard to come up with a really cool, interesting new take on him, man. Yeah, so many cool covers. Let me put a link in the description for this this link right here, so you guys could go and pick it up. It's always cool when you got a book up here that you can just basically go and check out, and you know, if you want, you can buy it right there. So a lot of really cool books out, lots of good stuff, a lot of cool like comics that are out more now. I think even in the mainstream, or at least indie too, it seems like, and even mainstream starting to, I don't know, even compared to last year, it just seems like there's more IPs, there's more stuff turning around, you know, in the culture where there's, I don't know, I feel like it's a slow uptick. Ever since the year started, it's been kind of a shit year in all of comicdom, but I'm slowly like hopefully it getting better, because comicdom needs to burn down and it needs to reforge itself. So I think right now we're kind of in that you know, reforging process. There's another book right now too. I wanted you guys to take a look at a couple more. This one right here is called Blood Realm, and this one we had the creator on a couple nights back, and this book, man, it's a crazy universe. I don't know if you guys have ever checked it out, but this is one of the main characters, and it's a vast universe. Imagine like Lord of the Rings, but if like the whole place was Mordor. And the creator, he's Robert Geronimo. He's an art professor. He knows his stuff, very very worldly. He's traveled, and the first stretch goal, man, or we'll unlock this to get to 12K. This statue right here by Shadowpunk. Shadowpunk does some killer statues. But yeah, a little synopsis. Dawn of the Wolf. This is a mini series. It's the longest chapter in the Blood Realm series, following the rise and fall of Chiron Morval, one of the coolest characters in there. One of my favorite. Warrior of the Light and leader of the Iron Wolves. Accompanying me and three incredible artists are Kristen Rossi, Juan Sanabria, and Kier Covington. So you're going to really dive into this character. A lot of the Blood Realm books really kind of cast about different time periods and different eras, and creator, writer, and artist Robert Geronimo, he's really got his own unique style, man. His stuff really sticks out, and this is just kind of focusing on one character. It's 3 books, or 4 books, I'm sorry, and you're gonna go into this guy's story, this badass knight, and yeah, man, I think it spans like the whole Blood Realm universe. It spans, I think, a couple thousand years, and here you're gonna see how they prayed to these gigantic gods, like this gorilla with 3 arms fighting this this crab-like monstrosity right here, this behemoth. I was telling Rob, man, his books, if it was metal, it would be like black metal and death metal put together. Really cool. A lot of old Roman inspirations in here, definitely Greek and maybe a little bit of Norse. Yeah, man, just awesome art. Kristen Rossi, man, just killing it. From King Cryptid, I don't know if you guys ever checked that out, or Ed Gein Demon Hunter. Really cool stuff, guys. And it's got this it's coming with a vinyl too, so you guys can pick that up. Here's some of the black and whites. Just really really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Yeah. What's up, Pops? Doing the thing, man. You good? Oh yeah, man, I'm always good. Yeah. Yep. So if you guys want, come check this out. Let's see here. I want you guys to come and back this. They're almost there. They only have just a little bit more ways to go. And I wanted to show you guys too that with this campaign, you get fucking 4 books. Let's see here. You can get 4 books, four of the books right here for number 15, 16, 17, and 18 for $15 plus shipping, which is cheap. You could pick up the whole or sign for 25, and you could pick up like all the back issues for 40. They're all like really cool, like black and white and red. He's got his own style of art. You know, so I would recommend getting the collector box bundle for 50 because it comes with this cool box. And yeah, I mean, this really cool characters. If you're into you know, Robert E. Howard, Tolkien, if you like metal music, you will love Blood Realm. I promise you. It's got a lot of really cool stuff on here. A blanket, a map of the world Mordrin. I love this map right here. It's actually like a cloth map. You can add that on too. So yeah. Oh, and the vinyl, guys. You got to check out the vinyl. That's the Warrior of Light bundle at the top. That just has everything for $100. I mean, get that if you can. You can't go wrong with that. But look at this art, man. Oh, man. Chris and Rossi. Love this art, too. Yeah, man. It's by Juan Sanabria. Yeah, that's it right there. Got the vinyl. Yep. And he only has a few left, he was saying on the show the other night. So great music to set the mood, you know, if you're working on something. Maybe writing a book or, I don't know, doing something like that. There's one more book too that launched just not too long ago. It's a classic, and this book right here is yeah, it's a new story, and it's on a few different websites, but it's actually on Kickstarter. It's on Fund My Comic and Indiegogo, but I always recommend Fund My Comic. Because that is a comic book crowdfunding site that's made by comic book creators for comic book creators. And this is Nexus Scourge by Mike Barron and Kelsey Shannon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer.
An ancient evil, billions of years old, wages war on the universe. Entire star systems are vanishing without a trace, leaving devastation in their wake. Nexus, the intergalactic guardian of lost souls, must stop the unnameable terror and its expanding scourge of destruction. The totality of everything in existence will collapse upon itself if he fails. With the fate of the cosmos in the balance, Nexus must confront his most dangerous adversary yet. Can he save creation from total and certain destruction, or will darkness reign supreme? Find out in Nexus Scourge, the all-new epic sci-fi adventure from Eisner-winning co-creator Mike Barron, exploding with Kelsey Shannon's dynamic artwork. Available now. Order at fundmycomic.com.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I never read Nexus, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, I had a short story, but yeah, it wasn't like the main story. So I love Kelsey Shannon's artwork though, man. It's very cartoony, but very comic booky at the same time. Here's some of the art right here. Yeah, he was doing some really cool streams about a year ago, some live art streams in the morning time. I was trying to catch those. Hopefully he starts doing some again. He was doing them every day though. That's like, damn, dude. I don't know how you could do a stream. I could barely do 2 live streams a week. But yeah, I'm really digging this. Mike Barron right there. And Kelsey. No, love it. But yeah, guys, I think I put a link out there for this. No, I didn't put a link. All right. Let's do that real quick so you guys can go and check it out. You guys can back it. Here we go. Yeah, Fund My Comic, man. That's where it's at. You know, we were waiting for years for it to happen. And finally, I remember when it happened, and I myself was like, oh, well, you know, I don't know if we should, you know, back books on there. But the thing is, regardless or not, we have to do it. We got to get behind this. And I was, you know, that's what I told a couple of my buddies, and that's how I feel, man. And I'm happy I did. I got my book up on there, and if you're a comic book creator, man, back on Fund My Comic. We've been wanting to get a comic book crowdfunding site ready. That's not, you know, taking a big chunk of the money for the creators, by the creators, and Fund My Comic is where it's at. So go back Nexus, and that'd be a good gateway comic for you to get in there. I actually was thinking of Scar Symmetry today, and there was a song by them I wanted to show you guys. This one is pretty cool. I really like it. One of my favorites. This one's called The Illusionist, and this was off their second album, Pitch Black Progress. I think it's their best album. And yeah, I'll let you guys check it out. This one they had their first singer, Christian Alvestam. So here we go.
Sprung from the infinite place that takes it the same. Don't you call me Avatar? Don't know what they're looking for. Did you feel my face with miracles? Just so you know, if you play with a film or die,
Yeah, that song's pretty dope. When I first heard it, I was like, "Whoa, man! The guy's got like a lot of range and a lot of different styles and things he could do with his voice." I seen him live, and he pulled that shit off live too. It took two different guys to do a lot of that stuff. The second singer had more of a, I don't know, little different sound, but this dude, he could do all these different styles with his vocals, different styles of metal and different ranges and whatnot. He can go on American Idol probably. I don't know if American Idol's around anymore, but yeah. Pops was saying earlier if I had seen the Fallout show. I actually started watching it last night. Funny story, I actually got the video game, but I never played it because that was right around the time that I had stopped playing video games just because I didn't have time anymore. But yeah, I dug the show. From my understanding, it's got 3 perspectives. There's there's a big fallout, spoilers, and nuclear fallout, and there's, again, I don't know the lore or nothing like that, so I don't know how much they got right or how much they got wrong or whatnot. I'm just looking at this from like a new fan, I guess, of the show. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. There's a nuclear fallout, and there's this new society 200 years later that's living underground, and there's another society that's living above ground with these killer robots, like in these mech suits. And then there's this cowboy guy, I think he's called the Ghoul, played by Walt Giggins from I believe was he from Justified and House of the Corpses and Sons of Anarchy. He plays like this ghoulish cowboy that was once a fallen, or he was once like an actor, a Western actor from back in the day. So really digging it, obviously, because it has anytime you get a ghoulish cowboy or a skull cowboy, I'm going to be obviously, that's my I don't know, that's my bag. So can't wait to see what happens next. I actually fell asleep watching because I was tired. But yeah, no, it was killer. And then they had forgot his name from Twin Peaks. He was in there on the first episode. I really like that actor. I forgot his name though. Yeah, getting horrible with the names. But yeah, man. Speaking of cowboys and whatnot, I got this guy right here up on Fund My Comic. We were on there earlier, and my campaign's doing pretty good right now, man. I'm pretty happy. I've been mailing off some packages throughout the week, and if you guys are into westerns or gothic horror westerns or fantasy, you might like my book Butch Cleaver. It's about this butcher who gets killed. He's brought back to life by a voodoo doll, and that curse gives him the power to weaponize bone. This is the first 2 graphic novels up on here. It's basically a store. I got sketch cards up for sale, original art from the books for sale. It's like backing, but I mail it off within a few days. So the first 30 backers are going to get these 6 trading cards. They're going to get a wanted poster, these 2 6 a.m. stickers. If you guys don't know 6 a.m., he's done like hundreds of stickers for Comicsgate and Indie Comics and Iron Age or whatnot. This bubble or community, it is a community. Some people don't like to call it that, but that's fucking what it is. And yeah, you get that. You get the bumper sticker, and you'll get the button too. So yeah, Butch, he was raised in a slaughterhouse. He was and eventually he became an enforcer for the White Rat. It's a meat tycoon. And yeah, man, during the day he would go around and collect money. And right here he's going to a bar and he's getting some money from some pimps, and they didn't want to. They wanted to fill him full of 30, and Butch ain't having it. So he filled him full of 5 and saved the 6th bullet out of his 6-shooter for something later. And yeah, man, he comes. He's got to do his job for the White Rat. But little does he know, there's a preacher pimp out there that has a voodoo doll of him that puts a hex on him, and Butch gets killed, and he's brought back to life by that curse. He gets fed to some pigs, and now he's back trying to figure out who killed him. He doesn't know exactly, and he's actually trying to solve his father's murder in the process as well. So it's two murders, a town full of ghosts, ghouls, and goons, and yeah, that's Butch Cleaver, man. But yeah, that's my book. My labor of love, and yeah, can't wait to get back into the world of this later. It's going to be a few years, but there's a big chunk of fun right here for you guys if you want to come check it out. So that's Butch Cleaver. I got the link pinned to the top. Enough on the shilling. And yeah, right now I want to show you guys the part of the show where we do some hunting. So it's one of my favorite parts of the show. All right. So this one's called the Ajul, or bush dog, also known as Caleb el Karhafi. Part of my pronunciation for males, and for females, it's a Tarhisit, and it's a canine cryptid claimed to live in North African region close to the Sahara Desert. It was first reported by Theodore Monod in 1928, and today is considered an undiscovered variety of the African wild dog. The most recent sighting was in 1992 by hunters of a village in western Mauritania, and has not been seen since. So there are no known photos of the Ajule. Its sightings have been considered by most of the scientific community as those of African wild dogs living close to the Sahara, a known species which has mange, or a creature that has been misidentified by the local population of humans. So you never know, though, man. You see a lot of crazy, like, weird looking canines out there in Africa and Australia and just other places of the world. You never really know. So the description is that it is described as being approximately 2.5 feet tall, having webbed feet, and having rough, thick crimson skin. So yeah, pretty red, huh? Which has a blush tint. They are estimated to weigh between 30 to 45 pounds. The Ajuli are not solitary creatures. They hunt in packs, which range in size from 3 to 13. They also are they are also reported to have supernatural powers. According to the local tribesmen of the Sahara, it uses pheromones to cause great discord among the area's residents, allowing them to hunt their prey. There are no reports of the Ajuli attacking humans, though. Oh, not so crazy after all, huh? Ajules appear as enemies that are parasite-infected dogs in the video game Resident Evil 5. Oh yeah, I remember that game. My little brother had it. That one's pretty badass. 4 and 5. Yeah, you go to Africa in that game. It's pretty crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Crazy looking dog right there. You never really know what's going to be out there. And yeah. What's up, Preston?
I wonder if they got that from the parasite infected deer, like the crazy ass deer that run around and do crazy shit, because they're infected.
I know. You never. Crazy. Yeah, and they got like ticks in them or something like that.
It's not a tick. It's some, I don't know. It's some type of virus they catch or something like that. I know it makes the meat bad too. Like you can't eat the meat. So if they get processed on accident, I think they have to destroy everything that's in there at the time. And it's some it's like hoof and mouth disease or something like that. Like just as dangerous.
Oh yeah, that's just crazy, man.
Are you doing a show tomorrow night?
No,
I mean Monday.
Monday night. No. Okay. Just right now I'm just doing just Thursdays and Saturdays. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're not doing a show Monday anymore. Like it's just okay.
No. Only the metal shop.
Yeah. No, we got to get that back on the road. Because I have an announcement to make, but I want to do it either on yours or Brian's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And,
yeah.
So it's no big deal. I'll figure it out. But
I was doing this show a little later, but I was like, I'm gonna start going a little earlier because I live over here in California. It's 8 o'clock. Most of our viewers are on the East Coast, and over here it's like 5. So I could, do this, go do something with the family afterwards. Otherwise, it's late, and I don't know.
No, I totally get it, dude. I'm totally doing things earlier too. Like if you're gonna do earlier shows,
yeah,
I'm in. Yeah, fucking
that
12 o'clock at night bullshit just ain't gonna work.
Kind of brutal. Yeah,
that's cool, dude. Where'd you find that dog at? That was
I'm on the part of this part of the show, like I do, it's called a Monster Hunter Slayer, where I just like look for cryptids and monsters and shit, and we kind of just talk about them. I look for Google images and look for artwork. But dude, they got
nice.
they got Wikipedia cryptid now.
Did they really? That's cool.
Dude. So I'm just like, dude, I got content for fucking hundreds of shows now. I just go down the list.
Upon I think it was called Cryptopedia or something like that, and it was but it was, I don't think it was the same thing as like like
This one's
Wikipedia or something like that. Like, I don't know.
Wiki, and obviously it's Wikipedia, so it doesn't mean it's going to be right, but you're going to have something to talk about. And most of the times it's legendary shit, So
yeah,
so
that's cool. That's awesome.
Cool, man. And I love monsters, and I mean, I don't know. That's why I like the show, because I get to talk about monsters and comics and movies and metal, and and hang out with with some people, and just wanted to have a fun show. Like if you're gonna do YouTube, got to find some stuff you like to do.
Shit, dude. I want to wait, but I can't because like, let me just show it. Fuck it. If you're okay with it, I don't know. If,
you do whatever you want, man. It's a casual stream too,
I got the cover done for Hell Night.
Oh shit!
And I think it's gonna have like the demon signature in the logo, and that's just gonna say like Hell Night. I don't know. I'm kind of flipping between Night of Hell and Hell Night. You know what I'm saying? I don't know which one sounds better or which one will work better, but I don't know. It's just like fucking bitch. Just coming out like I'm just vomiting up. Like
I like Hell Night.
This thing. You do? Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Oh snap! We got it right here, huh?
Yeah.
You guys ready for this?
Be the cover.
You guys ready for this cover? All right. If you weren't, you should have been here.
I think I've done.
Oh man,
like that's 20 different versions of the motorcycle because I want it to be right, and I want the motor to look like demonic and not really like a real motor, But and I like those motorcycles that have the invisible, like it just looks like the wheels aren't really attached.
Yeah,
like because they have them clamped on the rim. You know what I'm saying? So the inside's hollow.
I think you just created a new thing, man. It's Demon Mech.
I know, right? Yeah. No, I totally dig it. And like this fucking character, I think it's gonna be amazing. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yeah! I love the collar. Oh man.
Yeah. I never thought about it as a collar before, but you're right. It's kind of like a collar.
Clavicle.
And I was thinking like his back, like because he has a bare chest and shit like that. He's going to be yellow and black, but his back, he's going to have the giant back tattoo, and it's going to be the sigil.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, dude. I thought that was cool as shit. But hold on, wait. Let me see.
Yeah, this is sick, bro. This is fucking.
Yeah, dude. Like it. If you knew how many versions of that motorcycle I did, dude, like I wasted like a tree's worth of paper, like trying to get that fucker down. Like it was crazy. Huh? Yeah, I know, right? But it was like, at first I was like, what would be easier to draw? And now I was like, that's some pussy ass shit right there. I was like, saying like, why? What would be easier to draw? That's kind of shitty, Yeah. So I was like, nah, but that's gonna be the back tattoo right there.
Oh shit.
And yeah, because that's actually the sigil, like for the demon.
Yeah.
Like his real name is Furcus. And because I did like a deep dive on like hell and demons and shit like that. And there's 72 like main demons in hell, right? And each one of them commands like legions, And what surprised the shit out of me is there's only one night, And I'm
that's so cool.
That's crazy though, isn't it? Like everybody's a duke or whatever, but there's only one night of hell, like in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's fucking insane, dude. So I was like, okay, well, I guess there's you can't have any other hell nights in there. So all right, cool.
Fergus,
dude. Like, and I contacted like there's this band called Walking Stone Giants, and we've worked out a deal to where they're going to let me use a song of theirs. It's called "I Got the Burn."
Oh, nice.
And it's about a motorcycle like person from hell.
Oh, that's
like
perfect.
A biker from hell. So I was like, dude, this is perfect.
Right.
I contacted them before about doing a cover for them, and they were like, they were open to it, but now they're totally down with letting me use the song for the theme and maybe a motion comic if it goes that far.
Oh, that's sick.
And yeah, dude. And
I'm mad hyped for this, man. That cover's sick, man.
Yeah, it should be pretty good. I just I'm going to use the same concept that like what's his name? Vaughn used with the Toro cover I did for him, where he puts the logo right in the middle. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why his hands are spread like that, and the logo is going to fall right in the middle.
Where the hands are at.
Yeah, the demon's hands, and and the Hell Knight. So it'll be kind of cool. I guess it'll be kind of cool. You know?
Yeah, that's sick, bro. That's fucking badass. That's so cool. Like that you're jumping on that, man. Like I don't know.
Well, it's not going to take me long to get it out.
Yeah.
You know? And like fuck it, because Non-Devils is turned into be like an epic series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Fuck, dude. I'm like, this is gonna take forever to get done. I'm like, this would be quick, you know? So I was like, all right, let's do this while we're working on all this other shit. Plus I'm not doing as many books as I was doing before, so I have some wiggle room in there.
Get in there real quick.
You know, it'd be cool is to do a Butch Cleaver Hell Knight, like kind of like a graphic novel. That'd be insane.
Oh fuck yeah, like that. That'd be sick.
You know? Because they both kind of fall in this, and I think it'd be cool just to put them in Butch Cleaver's universe too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think because you got like an expanse of characters in there. You know? And,
yeah, have them roll down the streets of Oubliette.
yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Oh hell yeah!
But yeah, I don't know, dude.
I'm down.
So what are we talking about tonight? Demons and cryptids and
I was earlier I was talking about there was this band, dude, where they got like AI the main guy quit, so that wrote all the lyrics, so they're gonna and the music, so they're bringing in AI to finish his shit because all the lyrics,
Jesus Christ,
all the music was fucking about AI taking over, and so they're like, well, fuck it, we're gonna have AI just take over, and I'm like, oh man, it's one of my favorite bands. Whoa, and so the dude actually programmed AI in there in his style.
So what they do? They scanned in the dude's like vocals and.
Well, actually, he put his music, like the way he writes, like tablature and melodies with his guitar and stuff like that, to the AI. So the AI is going to basically try to write stuff the way he did. And
so they're not matching the vocals from the old singer. They're just going like
let the AI write the whole album, and then they're going to go in there and play it and probably to get that.
That's crazy.
I'm like, and that's the whole like last 3 albums was about AI taking over and killing mankind, and that was the whole thing. And this is the 3rd album in that concept. It was 3 concept albums just that they were doing.
Talk about an art imitating life.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. And then there was a comic book called Gods of Brutality I was showing earlier. This like metal comic. There's this company called Scout Comics. They got a lot of really cool books up there. Scout Comics. And then I went over Mike Barron's new Nexus book they launched with Kelsey Shannon. Looks pretty cool. And
I like Kelsey's work. It's weird to see. It's almost like check it out. It's kind of like this. It's like you're out and you see some other dude with your best friend's woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's like with Kelsey doing Nexus, because everybody knows like it's Mike Barron and Rude that always did Nexus, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I want to see it, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to back it.
They split, I guess, because they're both homies still, but they both have their own different versions of Nexus. I don't know if that was you that told me that, or someone told me that.
I never told you that. No, somebody else must tell you that. Like,
so
I know, like
that's what happened.
Like Rude is like fucking, he's insane. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a crazy motherfucker. But
got a YouTube channel too. I haven't seen much of his stuff. I've been watching Simon Bisley videos like the last couple of days.
Oh, Simon's got a YouTube channel?
Rude.
Oh, Rude.
Simon Bisley has a YouTube channel too.
Oh, he does. I'm gonna have to check that.
But it's just Biz TV. You've probably seen the Biz TV stuff, right?
No.
Oh yeah, he was on YouTube before everybody.
Oh shit. Okay.
Called Biz TV, and he's just painting. You know the one where he's painting that big Joker face?
Yeah, I've seen that, but I didn't know it was like he did like he's still doing videos. I thought that was a one-off or something like that.
That was just a one-off. But I was watching. But there's videos on there, and there's a couple of interviews with them. If you go to the Biz TV YouTube channel,
okay,
see if I can find it. But I was just looking for interviews with him and just trying to get into his headspace. I've never really I mean, there's some stuff where you see him draw, but there's not too many, you know.
Yeah,
it's usually like con stuff.
Con bullshit.
Yeah, and it's not like I don't know, where he's doing like a big piece or something, you know. And a lot of the interviews are like I don't know, man. They're not.
Is Biz running his channel, or is it his daughter or something like that? Like, is she
I
like
don't think
putting up
he's
video?
running it. Damn, I can't find it anymore.
There's like it's gone, dude.
Well, there's 10 different Biz TVs now.
What?
So, well, there is one out there, guys. Simon Bisley had a YouTube channel he made 10 years ago. It's Biz TV. It's in green blocky font. I'll have to show it later, but maybe it's all one word or something. Let's try that out. Nope. Damn.
I don't know. God, Bisley's looking horrible nowadays.
He was yeah, I was trying to find more recent interviews, you know what I mean? And he's like
there
saying
it is.
that he wanted to, oh, you found it? Cool.
Yeah, it's in green, right? The Biz TV.
Yeah.
Like big blocky letters.
Yeah.
All right. Sending it to you right now.
He was wanting to like draw big horses, like paint big horses and paint like big backgrounds, like I don't know, like landscape paintings and stuff. Just because he never did that before, he wants to do shit he's never done. He feels like but again, this was like a year ago, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all the Joker that he's doing on here. Was that on a big piece of board, or was that cloth that he did that?
It was on a wall, I think. Or I guess it would be cloth, but it was definitely like on a wall. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that was the last one. That was 6 years ago. It was Shock of
Put
Green.
the link in the chat.
The movie.
You guys want to check that out? Yeah, man.
Yeah. He hasn't done a lot since then, I guess.
I was just looking for interviews where just people interview him at cons, and because I like to get into his headspace and like just think about what he says, you know. He's just talking about like, you know, just getting out there.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. That's the one thing I learned from that motherfucker. When you're drawing, like, fucking just don't obsess about it, because he doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at his work, I was like he obsesses about the main character, and then everything else he's like, eh. Because look at his background sometimes. You look at his background and say it's little cartoon people. You know?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just
no, I know.
Like something a kid would do, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like
What's up, Brian?
School.
What's up, fellas? What's going on? Sorry I'm so late. I was like just actually talking to a friend on the phone.
Well, we're talking about you. It was like Brian's fucking traitor.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. You can talk smack behind my back. I know I talk smack about you guys behind your back.
I know.
Fair is fair.
You guys, Brian. You popped in on a good part of the show, man.
Oh shit!
It's that one part where you guys are gonna have to decode.
Oh shit!
Black Metal Decode.
I got my ass handed to me the last.
That wasn't it, was it?
No. That's the dope ass intro.
I usually have it up quicker. Now this was a.
That's what I thought. Off.
This was a Seattle band from back in the day. They were like I don't know, a little more kind of technical, but
Mallow.
Yeah. Nope. Whatchamacallit, he'll probably you think pops up.
Cagelude.
Ashroot?
Cagelo. C-A. No. C-A. Is it C-A-J or is it?
This is actually really kind of beautiful.
It's different.
Yeah, it is. It's cool, right? But it looks like an E-A-J, like L-L-O-A-H.
An S and something in the middle and an O-A-H. That's why I was thinking Astaroth, right?
Oh,
the name
pretty
of
close.
The 9 Princes of Hell.
Or is it E-A-J-A-L-L-O-A-H?
Or is it
kind of hard?
And it's like Ash. Then I was like Ash.
Looks like an H at the.
That's not a T at the end. I don't
very
think.
organic, like foresty, with the horns at the top, like the deer horns.
Yes, the antlers. Yeah, no, I love that. That's
Is it
what I
a
was saying.
demon?
It's like the other
It
ones are
might
kind of
be.
demonic. I mean, I'm sorry, are sort of generic, right?
Kauto.
And this is actually really
That's
kind
what
of
it
pretty.
is. Kauto?
So this one,
Yamato?
I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This one's Agalock.
Oh, right. Okay, I don't feel
Oh,
bad.
it's a G.
Yeah, it's a G.
Okay.
And then there's
Looks
a
like
little
a
bitty
J.
A in there, and then an L. Like it's hard to squeeze them
Oh,
in
so
there.
that's a C and
It's
a
a-
K.
Yeah. Yep.
See, I thought that was an H and
Yeah, it's-
like an OAH, but like
A-
Preston did too.
AGA, and the last part's TH. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Brian, did you I was unveiling the cover for Hell Night on here.
The cover or the
you didn't see
splash
it.
page? The
Cover.
The cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
which I haven't seen, right?
Nobody has. I just finished it a
Nobody
little while ago.
has.
You got to
And,
show it
um,
again,
World
man.
premiere, son.
Yeah.
World premiere.
World
Just
premiere.
rewind it, Brian. Rewind.
I've just been grooving on this.
I know, man. That's sick.
Yeah, it came out pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out pretty good. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, you know what? You get a passing grade. Seriously, that shit's dope, son. Really try to put it where my face is. No, that's a phone thing, I think.
You're blurring out. It's blurring like crazy.
Yeah, I know I can't. And I got the mint like fucking 4K camera.
I got the same thing.
I just don't know how
You
to
know what it
focus
is?
it.
You know what it is? You
Yeah.
got a little Vaseline on your camera lens. That's why.
Well, you know they used to do that. There have been entire movies shot like that. Yo, oh my god, Matt.
I like the motor.
Metal up your ass.
I know, man.
Look at the detail, dude. The detail. Mike Plug always said he hated drawing motorcycles when he was doing Ghost Rider. You love drawing motorcycles, don't you?
Honestly, I've learned a long time ago that I always want to do horses and motorcycles, right?
Yeah.
Which are the two hardest fucking things to do whenever you're drawing, you know? And-
Yeah.
but I've learned,
Right.
like, if you just take a little bit of time out, breathe, and just do a study, you know, and use a lot of reference material. And you don't always have to use like motorcycles as your reference material. Like some of the stunts and shit like that. Like I actually pulled up BMX
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
competitions where they like and dirt bikes where they throw, you know, they do freestyle dirt bikes and shit like that.
Right.
Freestyle
And then all
BMX.
you have to do is then just turn that bicycle into a motorcycle.
Chopper. Yeah. But the hardest thing for me was always getting it to like the rider to look right. You know what I'm saying? Like without looking gay.
Well, also so
'Cause
that
it's-
their body is matching the movement,
Yeah.
That too. Yeah. And
right? Like I'm thinking of like old Western art, like Andrew Wyatt kind of shit, you know, where you know where we would draw like buffaloes and like cowboys and shit like that, you know, and they have like a horse rearing up, you know, with the
Yeah.
rider on the back, right? That guy's got to be, you know.
yeah, but you see, that's the kind of stuff I always want to do because I used to watch The Lone Ranger and stuff like that. I'm like, God, it looks so
Me too.
cool. Where
Right.
Lone Ranger makes his horse rear up, you know, and it's
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, dude, that's
I
fucking
didn't know you
sweet.
were a Lone Ranger fan.
Dude, come on. And
Love me some Lone Ranger.
but yeah, like I've always wanted to do stuff like that, but it was like really difficult, dude. But then
Well,
like, things just
it
fall
looks
into
like you got
place
it
after a
down
while.
now.
well, yeah, now, you know, but and now it's just like if you don't fight it and you just go with it,
Yeah,
things will work out a lot better. Yeah.
right.
But yeah, I'm so excited about this character.
Oh,
Yeah, that's sick, man.
Excited.
Yes.
That's
oh,
Demon.
That's
That's
fucking great.
Preston's created Demon Mech.
Yeah. I've been looking up Latin words to name the devil's fork right there and the bike, you know, like
Oh, you want to give the trident a name? Yeah, it should have
Yeah.
a name, shouldn't it?
well, because I got an idea, and this is the idea. I'm just gonna put this in your head because Brian, I'm not doing this character unless Brian writes it. Like, but I was thinking Like, how do you turn a demon like away from hell? You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking, what if there was a bar called Valhalla? You know what I'm saying? And in this bar, like it's just where gods, when now that they're not being worshipped and they're not at the power level they used to be, they go there and they relax and reminisce about the glory days.
And maybe play some metal.
Of course, there's metal in there.
Hell yeah.
But then I was thinking, what if the lone knight from hell, because there's only one, right?
Yep.
What if he stumbles into Valhalla? The bar, not.
Yeah, the bar.
Oh, dude. Remember Munden's bar? That would make a great.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking. Exactly. Like Grim Jack. Yes, and I was thinking,
they would have characters from other comics.
And this will be a backup story inside of the book where it's like he falls for this goddess, and then, but the other demons find out it's like crabs in a bucket, right? They don't want you. You can't have a happy demon. What are you, fucking crazy? So they kill her.
And also, love is completely antithetical.
That makes sense, dude.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
To a demon's existence. But yeah.
Well, and then I started thinking, I was like, why demons are being punished for the act of following the wrong guy, right? Like,
yes.
And if you look at demon lore, like the deeper I go into it, it's like not all of them are actually evil. They just got mixed up with a bad crowd and they have to pay for it. Yeah. And because a lot of them are responsible.
Decisions, right?
I know, right?
Any bad decisions. These motherfuckers have to pay for it. Literally.
Exactly. For eternity, they have to pay for it. And I was thinking, I was like, so Fergus finds himself lone knight of hell that doesn't have the will to torture humans anymore. You know what I'm saying? So what does he do? He rebels, but before he rebels, he steals the devil's pitchfork.
Oh, so that's okay. So that's Lucifer's trident. Then.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like in the lore of Fergus, like Fergus is always seen with a sharp object, and he's always riding a horse. And his element is fire. So I was like, I think we might have something here.
Bitchin'.
That's cool.
Bitchin'
It's definitely going to be fun.
Oh man, I had fun writing that script. It took me forever to fucking.
But you did a hell of a job. I mean, of course, I'm not going to stick to it. I'm going to add to it, but still, like it's cool. Like it just works, But
I'm glad that you liked it, and that I tried to leave you a lot of space to just.
It's a true collaboration. But what I was thinking, like this character is so versatile too. Like we can have him go and meet up with Butch Cleaver. See what I'm saying? And because his bite gives him the ability to travel through dimensions. You see what I'm saying? So
that's awesome.
So I was thinking, I was like, yeah, dude, that'd be fucking sweet. Like we can go into, blah blah. I can't pronounce it. Mad. I just can't.
Oubliette. It's a French word.
Oubliette.
It sounds like a burp almost. But yeah, oubliette.
Yep.
Like, and I was thinking, I was like, dude, that'd be like really sweet.
Yeah, that'd be sick, dude. I like that Valhalla idea, dude. I like the idea.
Shit out of that.
I've always wanted to do like a bar. When I was a kid, when I was playing like Dungeons and Dragons and heavy metal, like the Dungeon Master had a bar that it wasn't a bar. It was a weapon shop that would appear out of nowhere,
Oh, yeah.
And he called it the metal shop, and I was like, because his version of Dungeons and Dragons consists of cyborgs that he would draw up, and you get to pick through the cyborgs that he had, And so I always thought that was really, really cool, And then when I was reading Grimjack, they have Fergus's bar in Grimjack. In fact, I don't know how big of a fan of Grimjack you are, Brian. I got a feeling you're just as big of a fan as I am.
Every single goddamn issue, son.
So you remember like the Ninja Turtles stumbled into Fergus's bar. Yes. Nexus stumbled into Fergus's bar. Like it was. And I think even the Badger stumbled into Fergus's bar.
Oh no, it was Munden's bar.
Munden's bar. Yeah, Munden's. Yeah.
In my high school yearbook, one of my friends wrote like, "I'll get you a drink at Munden's one of these days." And then I found out that Munden's bar was based on a real bar called the Bucket of Suds in Chicago. And when I went to Chicago, I was like, I'm going to the fucking Bucket of Suds. right? Because I'm going to fucking London's bar. And then I found out that it had closed like a decade or so earlier. And I was all butthurt.
But yeah. So I'm thinking, I was like, Element like gives us even more story opportunities. You see what I'm saying? Like, because
they're endless.
Like
bars are like one of the
starting
best
out
settings.
Like this
Anything
first volume is gonna, dude, it's totally gonna set up like the whole series. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
that's sick.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be crazy. You know,
gotta have a bar.
Now we have
man.
to figure out
gotta
a way to bring Matt into it.
Yeah,
bring Matt into the project somehow.
Yeah, no, because he could be like a whiny little bitch and be like, no, I want my shit separate, and you know,
hey, life's too short, man.
We'll figure it out. We'll get some blackmail material on you, motherfucker.
We do need a letterer on the book. You know, we need a production manager. Shit like
that. We'll have a bunch of fun. Yeah, no, that'd be fucking great.
And on our Japanese book, like our Street Fighter book, we're going to need something like that in there too. Hello?
Oh, that's going to be fucking great, man.
Everybody just
I told you, I'm like doing my research right there.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Doing my homework.
Is that Iron Fist?
Iron Fist and Shang-Chi.
Everybody's freezing up. Hold on, I might have to turn off my video cam. I think it's me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all these issues, and on the back, Iron Fist, Sons of the Tiger, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, it's definitely me, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this is like literally over 1,000 pages. You know what's funny? There's a bunch of articles in here, you know, because they only had usually about 30 pages of comics. That's all that they could afford, and then they would have to fill the rest up with articles about, like, you know, Bruce Lee, the Kung Fu TV series, shit like that. And one of the writers is called Wan Chang O'Shaughnessy. And I'm like, there's no way that's a real fucking name. And it turns out it was fucking Denny O'Neil. You wrote a bunch of shit for this, actually. What, are we all just dropping out now? Did Preston just leave and come back in? Oh, look at these covers. Oh, man, yeah. And another thing, too. Black and White magazine, beautiful full-color covers, almost all of them by fucking Neil Adams. Yeah, the names in here are just insane. Because I want the Street Fighter comic to be like a modern version of this stuff. Let's see here. Let's see. Steve Englehart, Jim Starlin, Dennis O'Neil, Wan Chang O'Shaughnessy, Roy Thomas, Marv Wolfman. Artists, Starlin, Giordano.
Starlin worked on Deadly Hands of Kung Fu?
Yep. Herb Trimpe, Bushima, Don Perlin, Gray Morrow, Howard Chaykin, Keith Giffen, Terry Austin.
Huge.
Pablo Marcos. That's one of the things I love about these big fat omnibuses.
I know, man. I want to get the Faust one. It just arrived at Walmart. That's going to probably be the next book I get.
Walmart?
Faust? Is that Walmart?
Faust
omnibus? Online, yeah.
Aren't they like Christian? Aren't they against that shit? No, they probably don't even know what it is.
Nah, probably not.
Oh, they're about to find out.
Yeah, they have the paperback, the paperback one. It's like $60. So, yeah, it's probably going to be the next.
Right. Like,
I'm going to get.
That's a good price. Volume 2 of this, unfortunately, is already at like $150 or something. I managed to snag this for $50.
That and Slain the Horn God is going to be coming out, if not already. I paperback too, so from Walmart.
I managed to track down the first appearance of Slain, and I fucking snatched it up. Like,
I was Slain action figure. At least I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 2000 AD put out action figures. Not, I'm saying not too long ago. It's like 25 years ago. they put out.
That's awesome.
I got the Judge Death.
Yeah, dude, Judge Death is badass. I think I still got my Judge Death, as a matter of fact. I got the first appearance of Judge Death from the original 2000 AD zines.
That's
And,
cool.
what's crazy though is it's all on. It's like
Billy Jack whipping much ass, whipping much redneck.
oh, that's
ass.
awesome.
Yeah, Denny O'Neil was obsessed with this character. He actually wanted to do a Billy Jack comic, but for some reason he found like the Laughlins were not into it or something. Because he Billy Jack was the most successful American independent film of all time.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think I've seen that. Billy Jack.
It's like, oh, dude, if you've never seen those movies, the fourth one is kind of weak, but the second
What's it about?
one and the third, it's about a Native American brother who's comes back from Vietnam. Rambo's kind of a ripoff of him. Rambo's like a right-wing version of Billy Jack. Billy Jack is a guy, like I said, a Native American brother. He comes back from the Vietnam War. Just like, I don't want anything to do with the white man's world. And he lives on a reservation, but on the reservation, right next to it is a hippie school. And the rednecks of the town don't like the hippies. And so they're always fucking with the hippies. And then he's always stepping in because the hippies won't defend themselves because they're like, we're pacifists. And he's like, yeah, well, I'm not.
Yeah.
And so he whips fucking much. You've never seen that scene in the fucking where he's just like, I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your head.
I'm looking up Billy Jack right now.
This shit, dude. This shit.
That sounds fucking amazing.
Is that with Burt Reynolds? Is that with Burt Reynolds?
No. Tom McLaughlin. He was a little guy that was an independent.
This is old.
And yeah, the first movie is Born Losers, right? Which is a biker movie because, like, back then, if you were making an independent film, you were either making a biker movie or you were making a horror movie, right? And he really was putting martial arts into his movies, like, long before, like, that became a thing, like before the big craze that produced, all these comics.
Did you ever check out a book called Did you ever check out a book called Scout?
Scout, yeah, I've got every issue of that too, dude.
That was fucking crazy. Oh yeah, Tim Truman, dude, he fucking killed it on that. Like that was Matt, you would love Scout. Like it's an engine with a gun and what does he have? A samurai sword? I think he's got a samurai sword there.
Yeah, and it's set in the future, and he's hunting down like these demons.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude.
That are in like really human form. Yeah. He also did. Timothy Truman also did a graphic novel, a historical one called Tecumseh, which is about like this legendary Native American figure.
Oh shit!
But one that doesn't
insane,
really get
like he's really good.
Attention. It's not like as like well known as like Geronimo or Cochise or any of those cats. But yeah, he's somebody that's very into Native American history. Oh God! And then he did Hawken. Have you seen Hawken?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, I gotta get that real quick.
It's a movie.
I'm sorry, are we running OT?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right, because.
Brian's a wealth of knowledge, but yeah, dude, Scout is fucking crazy good. I think you'd love it. A fucking Apache with a samurai sword on a motorcycle, dude, it's fucking insane. Like,
is it a movie or a book?
So it's a series. It's a comic series.
Oh no shit! Oh okay.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah, that sounds right at my.
I learned that through I learned about Scout through cartoonist kayfabe. Actually, funny enough.
Oh, that looks familiar, dude.
Rest in peace, Ed Piskor.
Oh, yeah, that was good too. Yeah, that was badass. Oh, 1 second, I gotta go check.
Ed Piskor did the cover or what?
Too is that it is black and white.
Who drew that book?
Timothy frickin' Truman.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Ed Piskor. I was like,
no, I said R.I.P. Ed Piskor because you mentioned cartoonist kayfabe.
Oh yeah, man.
Man, it's a lot. Jeff Darrow.
So many good videos, man. Like that was the best comic book show
ever
on ever YouTube show. I still watch it. They did a really good one today on The Punisher with JR and Mike Barron or Chuck Dixon writing it. the old one.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how like most fans don't like JR's art, but like comic book artists like his art. And I'm like,
Isn't
I've
that
always liked.
interesting?
Most people I feel like they don't like JR's art. I fucking love his art. I like, and he's done different styles too. I liked it all, and I don't really have that many of his books, but I've always liked his art.
I've always been a fan.
Yeah,
I've been a fan of him since his X-Men run. Yeah. And to me, he is like one of the great. If I were an illustrator, I would consider him a really great inspiration. Yeah. Because he's also one of those guys that understands, like, we're all trying to figure out where we're at talent-wise, right? And we can't necessarily tell, so we listen to other people. But he's the guy that's, like, absolutely pegged himself perfectly, which is, he was like, look, I don't really have any natural talent. Dad had natural talent out the ass. I don't. And so I've had to bust my ass and, you know, over the years get better and better and better. And of course he has. And I mean, you look at the stuff that he did in like World War Hulk. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And how like the characters in that, they're just stomping across the page. I love John
work. He has his own line work, his own inking style that like doesn't look like anybody.
He doesn't look like anybody else.
What are we talking about?
JR.
Jr.?
Oh, dude, yeah, John Romita Jr. is insane. A lot of people can't stand that motherfucker.
That's what I was saying. Everybody, like, I was watching Kayfabe today, and they were doing his Punisher that with Chuck Dixon, and they were saying how most fans, comic book fans, don't like him, but comic book artists like him.
It's unfair because they always use the excuse like it's because of his dad that he got so far in the industry. That's not true.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's total bullshit.
No, he's good.
It's total bullshit.
Absolutely.
His dad's dope, but his dad's style is like doesn't stick out to me.
Completely different in JR. And I'll tell you one thing: like when they relaunched Thor with JR's work, dude, it was the closest thing you could get to Kirby. Like,
dude, even the Batman shit was dope. Like the one he did with Snyder, the whole thing is a chase. It's Mad Max Fury Road, the whole series. They're on a chase with him and Two-Face. Have to like, I don't know if you read that one. All-Star Batman. It's fucking dope.
No, never.
He pulls out his bat ears and stabs us full like they're two knives. It's just cool, man. And like it was just, I don't know. Ever since I've seen him with stuff with Kick-Ass, I was like, I like this guy's inking style. I like his line work.
His layout. He said his whole style is built for speed. Like he
it's awesome
because he works on like he does like I do. He works on like more than I do actually. He works on like 10 books at once. You know?
I forgot too because I'm going to do a review on All-Star Superman, and I've read the first two. I haven't read the third one yet, so I'm gonna go back and reread because the one he did with Frank Miller, they actually made Superman cooler. I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck. They made him a Navy SEAL, so he's not just a brawler. He's actually got military training, and in the second book, he goes to the Marines, or he's a Navy SEAL, and he falls in love with this like the sea princess, you know, and he goes to her like Atlantis basically. This is all in the second volume, and the dad's like, no, she's mine. I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna make her my bride. So he has to find his dad.
What is this again?
Yeah, this is Frank Miller and JR's All-Star or Superman Year One, I think is what it's called.
Okay,
yeah, because
All-Star Superman was with Frank Quietly and Greg Dixon.
This is Superman Year One, and this is 3-parters, and I never read the third one, and it was part of the Black Label. So I have all 3 of them in the garage. I'm gonna go back and reread them. I want to do like a review on them, you know. So, yeah. But yeah,
I'll go real quick.
Did a little side track right there. We're talking about cartoonist kayfabe, and I was saying that they're the best cartoon. They're the best comic book YouTube channel. Used to be, and then they're still got a couple videos. You know, I listened to them, and I really started getting into them like in the last year.
I liked them because they introduced me to stuff that I would have never picked up on my own.
Totally, you know? Man. And all like
stuff that was stuff. It was like stuff that was just buried in like comic book history. You know,
like all this Corbin stuff and Bisley stuff and just
not
things.
Really, Bisley. I was always like familiar with all of Bisley's work. Like because when I found Bisley, I was like I hunted down everything that motherfucker did, dude.
For me, it was like Lobo I saw and Judge Dredd and that type of stuff. You know,
for me it was Scout. and different things like that. And also like hippie books. There was a bunch of hippie books they introduced me to. And I was like, dude, yeah, dude. I was like Corbin. I was never a huge fan of Corbin. I always liked his work. I was just never like, like obsessed with him like I was with other artists. But when they explored Corbin and some of the other stuff he did for other companies, I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
like
he was ahead of the game. He was ahead of the game and like breaking new grounds. A lot of those hippie comics.
Yeah,
I liked him from Hellboy because I had his Hellboy books.
Well, his horror stuff he did back in the day for those, for like those cheap companies and stuff like that. I was like, dude, like, that's the shit right there. Like,
and it's like I'm seeing all those books, and it's like worst case scenario, like if I'm lucky, I'm gonna make fucking underground comics for the rest of my life, like the shit they're showing on that show.
And there's nothing wrong with that, dude.
And I don't give a fuck. I don't need anybody's help or nothing like that. I'm still gonna make it. You know what I mean? For myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Ride, and that's
well, you got help whether you wanted or
not.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying, like, and same here, dude. But it's like, you know what I mean. You guys are in the same boat.
Yeah, baby. For sure, for Sheezy, man. Corbin was always an interesting character to me because he was so mysterious. You never saw any interviews with him.
Dicko too, right?
He was very shy, though.
Like, like schizophrenic or something.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Corbin is a perfect example for me to illustrate the point I was trying to make about Piscor. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Socially
awkward.
Socially, it goes deeper than just awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like these guys are so talented that it takes up all of their memory space, right? And it takes up everything. Like they have nothing left to go ahead and where they can store like
how are you doing today? Yeah.
Exactly.
How are you doing today? Like, oh wait, what was I? How was I supposed to like talk in this conversation right now? You know,
exactly.
Like, up the fucking encyclopedic computer knowledge of this one fucking comic book that nobody knew about. You know what I mean? No, I understand. I tap into that a little bit myself because I understand.
I'm like that too. I
think a lot of book creators,
creative people in general, are kind of like that.
It's like, like you got to spit it all out,
Oh God, you know how that's why I started doing the horror movie stream, was because I was just like, I need to start streaming on the reg, and what can I talk about in my sleep?
And what do you have fun doing, right? Like you have to have a YouTube channel, right? And so it's like, and I was telling Preston earlier, like that's why I do the show. I get to talk about metal, comic books, movies, fucking monsters and shit for an hour. And I'm just like, I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm going to have fun if I'm going to do it.
Yep.
So,
because you're not going to have to ever phone it in. You're always going to be into it.
I have shit. I have years ready to go. I'll go take my break at work and I'll fucking pick some shit out on my phone. I have my list of my shit. I have all my tabs lined up, fucking ready to go. Have some fun. Then you do horror movie club and Jamboree. I'm gonna watch some dope ass movies, and that's gonna detach me from work and comics for a little bit, and I could just have some fun. I was watching the new Fallout show last night.
Dude, it's good, huh?
Pretty good, dude. And I was like, all right, I need to get to the fucking Skull Cowboy, and
dude, the end of the first episode where
I didn't get there.
They got fucking Walt. It's fucking.
He's dope.
Like gothic western, weird west.
That's what I was waiting for.
Ass man.
I didn't get to that part though.
Digging up
just on the
Walton Goggins and.
Oh damn! I didn't see that yet. No.
Wait, you never made it to the end of the first episode of Fallout?
No. Dude, I just got to the mech. Like we're.
Dude, you are so in store. I'm at
the ice cream. I was like, this is dope.
I'm at the second to the last episode of the whole series.
That's what I'm saying. Like people
were
trying to fucking hate on the show, like in our bubble, in our network. It's big but small. Fools, you're trying to hate on it, and like a lot of fools, like, nah, dude, come on, bro. You ain't gonna hate on this shit, dog. This shit's pretty dope. Like, really?
I don't.
Good? Oh, okay.
I've never played the game. I don't know anything about the game. Like,
no, I don't know shit about the games. I understand with first person games
since the first one came out in the 90s.
Like the first person, was it a first person?
No, it was like top down.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah. It was like a top down RPG.
Okay.
And graphics weren't
Like Grand
pretty
Theft Auto?
primitive in the 90s. You know,
Oh, God,
gaming PCs and shit like that, right? But you got a little Mad Max car. You
Oh,
didn't
fuck
get to
yeah.
drive it
That's-
around, but you could fast travel in it,
Damn.
and you had dog meat. And I think the second one, if you go into the basement of
Dog meat, like in the
of a
Romans?
building, of a gym, actually, that's in one of the towns, you go down into the basement.
Fuck.
And standing in the middle of a boxing ring is Mike the Masticator.
Oh,
And
wow.
he's
So
just
you know
standing
all
there,
the, you know
and
your
it's
shit.
Tyson.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
and periodically he'll say something, and he'll say like "ears yum."
Oh, yeah. You're kind of, yeah. You're jerky.
Yes,
There's
but,
a
I mean,
part in there
know,
where the cowboy like gives the chick up from the vault, and to this he trades her for some drugs
In the show or in the game?
in the show.
Okay, I haven't got there yet. Fuck.
And I don't know if you've
I
seen
just
it.
finished it.
Did you
Everybody
see
just
it,
finished
Brian? This is a spoiler. You're gonna.
I've
It's,
seen the first episode.
I can't watch it, dude.
Well-
Everybody binged the show already. It's only been on.
I know that's what I'm saying, but this is
good.
People are trying to
it's
hate it.
like-
They're trying to make content on hating on it for some reason. I'm like, dude, you can't make it's not there. Like everyone's
They're
binging already.
trying to switch other shit to hate on.
Well, she gets in there and she's like, and the dude, like the robot's like, it's got the voice from the dude from What We Do in the Shadows, like one of the
okay.
guys from What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay.
The robot, it's a medical robot, and he's like, "Oh, you're missing a finger. Here, let me." He pulls one out of the drawer. It's all rotted and blue and shit,
Oh,
and he
my
welds it onto her hand. Right? He's like, "Oh, no, that will never do." And she was like, "Oh, for a minute there, I thought you were going to use me as a sex slave or something." Like, "Oh no, that's disgusting." He was like, "We're going to harvest your organs." Then he shoots her with a dart.
Oh damn, that's brutal. I like the whole diesel punk and like the whole like
Well,
1950s
reminds
thing in
me-
the beginning, and then underground.
It's the future viewed from the 50s.
50s.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
The
I love
World's
that.
Fair, right?
Yeah.
The world, the world.
It reminds
the
me
world
of
of tomorrow.
BioShock. Like complete,
Yeah.
like, dude, so much of BioShock is like mixed up in this.
That's why I never played BioShock either, or the later Fallout
That's
games,
good.
or the another one that's coming out that's like this. The other one, the movie though, I forgot. Borderlands.
BioShock's just a shooter, though. It's not like
Borderlands.
Yeah.
I don't like first person shooters. They drive me nuts. For me, they're
Oh, I
cool
love
if you're
it,
like
but
you're at a PC cafe and you're there and you're like, hey, fuck you. I'm gonna buy you coffee after this. And you're like,
I thought
there, but not on,
I
online.
love
I
them,
could
but-
I could sit in a room with you motherfuckers and play the game like that and talk shit, but I'm not gonna. I
Yeah.
can't do it online. It's just
I like
Like-
BioShock because of the scenery.
Yeah,
First
no.
and third person's the best.
that game looked the design of that game, BioShock.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god, this is so cool, But
That's what I was
You know
like.
what's
I was like,
crazy?
dude, this is crazy.
The craziest thing about BioShock, it's a video game about how Ayn Rand's objectivism is bullshit. Like what? What? Somebody made a
I don't know
video
anything
game
about
about
that.
how fucking
That's
Ayn
far-fetched.
Rand was talking out of her fucking ass? That's bizarre. Like,
Hey, I got something for you guys.
that's bizarre.
I want to show you. It's like a minute long. I usually have a movie I like to show on here. This is a TV show. You guys have probably seen it.
Okay.
And westerns. It's all the rage right now. So a lot of people are always
Hell
talking
yeah.
about Yellowstone and whatnot. But this is a little show that I used to watch that I think got overlooked, and it came out before Yellowstone. It's called Longmire.
Oh, dude, yeah, I used to watch that.
Heard of it, haven't seen it.
Absaroka Canyon, Wyoming. You get right down to it. It's not all that different from New York City. Both have good points and bad points. Both have wealth and poverty. Both have problems with race, corruption, violence, greed, and murder. Absaroka County is something that New York City will never have. They have me.
Oh, so this is like the opposite.
Stop it.
Longmire was good, dude. It was a really good
It's
show.
about a city cop that Where, Wyoming?
I don't have a cell phone.
Longmire new drama series premieres Sunday, June 3rd at 10.
Intriguing.
Longmire was good.
He's
not
not
on
Let
anymore.
me get
Is
this
it?
straight. Let me get this straight. Is this about a big city cop that becomes?
No,
okay. 'Cause
No,
you
his
were saying
partner
that,
is
like-
though. His partner is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's
It
kind
was
of
making me think of remember there was a TV series called McCloud that was based on Coogan's Bluff, which is a Clint Eastwood movie about a guy that's a cop like way out in like Arizona, someplace like that, who then has to go to San Francisco to get his man, right?
I think he had to go. He had to go to the city, and there's flashbacks, and it's over 6 seasons. Started on A&E, and then it got picked up on Netflix because it was such a good show.
Yeah, it was.
And
It was
his
good.
partner Kelly, or what's her name, the chick from Mandalorian, forgot her name. She became one of the Mandalorians, but she started Sackhoff. That's her name. I think she was on another show, sci-fi show. But she's his partner. Peter Weller directs a lot of the episodes. Peter Weller's one of the is a previous sheriff in the town. He pops in like a couple episodes per season and directs a few of them. Because he's a Texan, and you could okay. And then Chavez, Lou Diamond Phillips is his best friend. He owns the bar, and he later, spoilers, becomes a vigilante. So you get.
I think you'd like it, Brian. I think you'd like it.
It's a little cheesy, but you get hooked in. He doesn't ride a Bronco. He drives a Bronco. He always drinks Rainier. Great Australian actor. He played one of the agents in The Matrix. He looks like Batman from Dark Knight Returns. Like that's the actor. Like I imagine, like hearing,
It almost felt like a sheriff on his way out.
Yeah, definitely.
Like he's like a little old and getting long in the tooth.
And there's a new sheriff in the first season.
Meaner and nastier.
Yeah.
There's like this model like sheriff from the first season trying to take his job, and he's just a full alcoholic because his wife is murdered. So that's the whole overarching theme of the 6 seasons is trying to solve that murder of his wife, And he just, But it's such a good show.
I'll check it out. I'll definitely check that out.
He don't have all that money like Kevin Costner's character in a big old fucking ranch
this
the
ain't
size of,
that.
like, the world. He's hunting. He's a cop or he's a sheriff, in the town, and he's got a dope ass bad lawman. He has to solve murders and get real shit. Like I don't know. It's cool.
Sounds great.
Good
the
modern
series that I'm still bummed out that we never got was Scalped.
I've heard of that one.
They shot a pilot for it and it never aired.
Was that Jason Aaron or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is when Jason Aaron was like the shit.
Yeah, before
and like that comic, if you haven't read it, it's fantastic.
What was it called?
When Jason Aaron started doing Marvel shit, I was just like, I wish he would just do that.
Scalped?
Yeah.
No, Scalped.
Scalped?
Yeah.
I'm
You're
looking it
missing
up.
out if you haven't read it. It's basically a crime saga on a Native American reservation.
Yeah.
Didn't he also do
that's Longmire.
Didn't Jason Aaron also do Rednecks? Like the Redneck Vampire series?
I think he did. Oh, no, that was Donnie Cates. He did something Southern Bastards. I almost
because it was good, dude.
Yes,
Rednecks
yes,
was
that's right.
sick.
Yeah.
I almost got that one. I wanted to get Redneck. Then there's another one called Moonshine by Brian Azzarello during the Prohibition, where it's got werewolves. That's another one.
Yeah.
I remember all these books kind of came out, and it's like, yeah, I'll pick that up. And now it's like, dang, nothing like none of those books now. There ain't shit really right now.
Well, no, there was a werewolf series. I got to find it. I think it was the same company that put out King Arthur versus Dracula, right?
Oh, nice.
And it was it was insane. But they had a werewolf book out, and the werewolves made money. Like they were these redneck werewolves, but they made money by doing snuff films.
Damn, that's brutal.
Where they would do like a porn, like pick up like a hitchhiker chick or something like that.
Yeah.
Do a porno where the lead werewolf would go over there and bang them and then eat them at the end. Yeah.
That's scary as fuck. That's like a scary,
really creepy idea.
Yeah, that's scary.
In fact, I gotta find that dude because it was really, really good.
So they turn into werewolves on camera.
Yeah, but it was like this underground
victim.
Yeah, and they would sell the movies and shit like that.
That's fucking wild.
That's a scary horror movie right there.
Seriously, that's a wonderfully twisted idea.
It is, dude. Like, I always thought it was like cool as shit. I was like, that's sick, but it's fucking sweet too at the same.
Yeah, man.
There's another book I wanted to pick up too called Slots by Dan Panosian. I think it's like about a boxer who's like down on his luck, you know, just kind of look. I don't know. I like the way that dude inks Panosian. He's kind of like he's kind of like a John Romita Jr. a little bit, you know, where he's like motherfucker. He's like throws the lines in there. You know what I mean? Like puts a lot.
He never used to be like that. Like I remember back in the '90s, like he was trying to be Rob Liefeld, except really, really badly. And actually, Dan was when I was thinking about giving up comics, and I was like, I can't get a break. And I was at a show, and I was there with my kids and Heather, and Dan was at a table. I went to Dan. I was like, hey, what's up? I was like, dude, I'm a huge fan of your work. Because at that point, Dan had reworked his style completely, right? And he had this like great. I mean, he actually knew how to draw at that point. And I was like, what do you think it is? I was like, look at my work, and if you tell me it sucks, I quit. And I was like,
you can't put that on a homeboy.
Well, I did because I was so irritated. You know? Well, he looked at my portfolio. It's like, dude, you haven't been published? I was like, no. It was like, you should try these indie guys and get a deal with those guys and kind of work your way up. That way you can get some experience. He said, you're totally cool. Go for it. And yeah, dude. So and at that show, I went to those a couple of indie publishers, and I got my first job with an indie publisher at that show. You know,
that's
so
sick.
It worked out. You know?
That's a good story.
Man.
Well, I seen him sometime later, like a couple of years ago, and he gave me a copy of his Urban Barbarian, art book, and he signed it and did a sketch of Conan inside of it.
That's dope.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's doing some Conan covers right now too, and he did a Western with Scott Snyder called Canary. I wanted to pick up. So I mean, I like some of Snyder's stuff. He does write some good shit, you know.
For sure.
He did do some bit shit. But as far as writer goes, I do like some of his stuff. I like his Swamp Thing and
a lot of those guys, dude, that if they wouldn't have got hooked up with Marvel, like they would be insane.
Yeah, like Stitched. He did that one Prohibition. Like, did you guys read Stitched, or was that what? I think it was Stitched, where these two kids it was something like that. I think it was Stitched, but it was just a one-shot story, like where it's during the Prohibition, and there's like this cannibal killer that's kind of trying to like take these kids around, and then they escape him, and then he finds them again, and he wears these dentures and with teeth on them, you know, like it's pretty scary.
Ooh, like Dollarhide and Red Dragon.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty scary. It's a good one though, dude. I heard American Vampire is pretty good too. I never read that.
Dude, it's fucking insanely good. Like,
I liked his Court of Owls too. I thought it was pretty dope. You
guys are throwing way too many. But see, that's the thing. It's like people complain about the lack of good comics right now.
Yeah,
we've got enough to last us a fucking lifetime.
Oh yeah,
there's a ton of good comics. It's just that
lifetimes.
Don't look at the mainstream. Like there's tons of indie books out there, dude.
Tons.
Like I got one recently.
Website too. Like,
dude, I got one off a Kickstarter called the Codex, and it's like the greatest comic. It's like 250 pages, but it's like the greatest comic ever. You know?
Yeah, there's so much shit out there.
There's so much stuff, and it's like an apocalyptic thing, you know. And it's dude, like, yeah. I mean, when I go shopping for comics now, I never look to Marvel and DC. Like,
oh god,
I'm saying, like,
not for like the last 10 years.
No, dude. Like,
yeah, I can't remember, dude. I can't remember like the last one that I bought. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I just pirated like the Immortal Hulk, and
I bought that.
Well, the Immortal Hulk was good.
Amazing.
That was still
Thor,
like
where he
20.
Yeah, and Thor, where he became this. What was it? Galactus' Herald. That was all right too. I mean, there's been good stories, but it's almost like they have to sneak them in.
Yeah,
wow, I'm not lying. Like it's like you have to.
Yeah,
you have to pay full to put out these like good stories, you know, like the Cosmic Ghost Rider was really good too, you know, but
those are both Donny Cates, you know,
exactly. But it's like he's got to do this shitty work to appease his overseers, and then he puts out like really good work.
Do you know what it's like?
I was buying his indie books before he came, like, and I didn't even know that was him. Like, he had a book called Buzzkill that was fucking dope with this artist called Jeff Shaw that helped design that Cosmic Ghost Rider dude. And he did Buzzkill with him. He did a book called God Country that was really good too, like Texas.
I think I remember that one.
That shit was dope. And then he did another one called A Tomahawk with this. His buddy was a tattoo artist that had been working on this book for like 5 years, done in tattoo art, and it's in a magazine style format. And it's called a Tomahawk. So it's like tattoo art mixed with Kirby. And fucking dope, dog. And
dude, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
And it's like, and then he just, I don't know, man. It's weird, you know.
It's like if they wouldn't have got hooked up with Marvel and DC. I'm like, at this point, do they really need to stay hooked up, or is it like the people over there have them so like beat down? Like they're like, yeah, if you quit, we'll cancel your ass. You know,
and a lot of his Venom shit was dope. Like I liked his Null character. He kind of looked like he's kind of like you know, kind of like Elric a little bit, and mixed with Venom, but actually not. I mean, he just had white hair. He wasn't like Elric really, but he had a cool sword, kind of like Elric. But he was tall and lanky and had these long arms, and you know, and then Stegman was drawing him dope, and they were tying that into Beowulf. Like they tied a bunch of stuff, and then the design with Venom with the wings, and they had some cool things going in there. He did some cool shit, but I don't know, man. He became part of the cancel pigs. You know, he did. He's a cancel pig. So
that's
sucks,
well, you know what? The people like that are going to be remembered like the Snitches from the era. You know?
Yeah, but that's, you know, I got into an argument with somebody. You know, this guy was claiming he's a Christian and shit like that. So he did a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what burns my ass nowadays, dude. I'm like it just angers me to the point to where I got to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
They'll get out there and are like he did a whole show, and it's like cancel culture is wrong. It's so sad that we lost Ed Piscor. You know, it's so sad that he took his own life. Not once did that motherfucker mention anybody in there that was responsible for it, right? So I made a comment. I was like, yeah, well, it's so sad, but we're just going to ignore who like did this, and we're just going to be like. He's like, well, I didn't want to go ahead and put anybody's necks on the line or anything like that. I was like, then what are you doing? You're doing nothing.
He named names. He named
the
names.
That's what irritates me the most. And that's so I got into an argument with this guy, and I pulled out that Ben Franklin. I think it was Ben Franklin, and I was like, what's that quote? Like, all it takes is for good men to do nothing, for evil men to flourish. I was like,
yeah, exactly.
Your video is just there for likes and subscribers. You did nothing with your video if you're not willing to name the people that actually caused this man to go ahead and do this.
Yeah. Yes, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to get them to fucking stop.
Yeah, exactly. The only one that covered it like good was your boy Zach.
It's like rats, exactly. But he named people. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, But it's like rats and roaches. You know what I'm saying? Like once you put a light on them, they scurry. Yeah,
they ain't down.
Because they're cowards.
Yep, they're not
because
down.
Because they're cowards, right? And you know, but how they learned to turn this into a fucking weapon.
Yeah,
using Twitter, right? So they can use this to fucking hurt other human beings. And when they discovered that they could do that, the world was their oyster.
Yeah.
And these are people that are drunk with power, and I'm hoping that because we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for them to be able to lose that power, and it hasn't happened yet. You know,
because nobody wants to say anything.
Ed Piscor's head on a stake. Do you know what I'm saying? They've got his scalp on their fucking lodge pole,
and they're parading around saying,
"We got another one."
That's right, and they're parading around. They're like, "Yeah, if you say a fucking word, this would be
the parade his head around on a fucking stick."
And everybody. And there's no integrity, dude. There's absolutely none. Like
it's the exact opposite of fucking integrity. It's sheer fucking hubris and fucking selfishness and cowardice.
It's like all you have to do, like all it takes for me to make Brian do what I want him to do. As soon as you say, Brian, I'll cancel you. I'll take away your job. I'll do all of this, and I ain't even got to do it directly. I can just insinuate it. And you have so little integrity that you fold and sell everybody you know out because you don't want to get canceled.
Which is how the McCarthy era worked and how the medieval witch craze.
That's how the Nazis went after the Jews.
And they always go after the people with more influence.
Not so much the Jews as the fucking political subversives.
Well, it started that way, though. Like, it was like before they actually went out and started, rallying them all up. They made sure to do a smear campaign and go ahead and have it to where, all right, you got to watch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know?
Look, whenever a Jewish person gives me shit for being German, I always remind them, hey, the Nazis, they killed 6 million of your people. They murdered 2 million of mine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? The concentration camps, those were not death camps. Those were not created as death camps, I should say, right? Those were re-education camps, where if you said something negative about the Fuhrer, or somebody said that you said something negative about the Fuhrer, or if the Das Hitler Jugend, the Boy Scouts basically went by and you didn't, and they Sieg Heiled you and you didn't Sieg Heil back, that was your ass. You were taking a fucking train ride, and they would re-educate you, and they would torture you until you were a shadow of yourself, and then they would send you back as a living example, so people would see this ghost of a person.
All I'm saying,
wandering the streets, and be like, "That's what happens if you don't get with the program."
The argument right now, and I'll be honest, like I wanted, because somebody said, like, these people aren't on X anymore. They're on
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky energy drink.
Yeah, because they all have, like, if you go to any of their feeds, like you're blocked. Like, you can't get in there because they do blockchains, right? So I created an account on Blue Sky.
I never even heard of Blue Sky.
Yeah, I never heard about it.
I went on Blue Sky for these motherfuckers.
And JDHA, he took it down. Like, it's not around anymore, but he put out a T-shirt that said, "I got molested by Ed Piskor, and all I got was this T-shirt." Yeah.
Who did this?
JDA. John De La Rosa, I think it is.
John De La Rosa, yes.
Yeah, John De La Rosa.
Yes, yeah. Wow. You know what? Yeah,
in fact, I think I got a picture of it. Hold on.
You know what's funny? He was Ethan's bitch for like the longest time, and like one of his chief enforcers and snitches. And now he's against him because he sees the power shifting.
Power,
right?
The only reason these people have any type of power is because people give it to them.
Yes,
like, they haven't earned anything.
No,
they don't.
No, well,
and people are so fucking stupid.
Bro.
They just give it away. They're like, here you go. It irritates me to the point. I don't know, dude. But anyway, like, people are saying, and this is what irritates me the most.
I'm just getting my tea.
Because I want y'all to understand, like, the man killed himself because he had no base. His base left him. Like, your base is your friends and your family. Yeah. Well, his family aren't into comics. I don't even think they're online. You know what I'm saying? And his friends sold him out like crazy. Like, he had nobody standing with him through this whole mess. So he seen one way out and he took it. Now, what they're saying is that instead of owning up to what he did, he decided to kill himself. Yeah, that's what they're saying. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, but then you could also say, like, if his friends had his back, he wouldn't. And like, there's no way he would have did this. None, not in a million years would he have done something like this if he had people standing next to him saying, "I got you. Don't worry about it. Take these motherfuckers by ourselves."
Yeah. It's you got to have a strong support base,
Reporters came to his parents' house.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, well, what I'm saying is, like, if Tom and Jim would have said, "Don't worry about it, dude. I got your back. They can't fuck with us." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He would have never did this, dude.
No.
He would have never did. And I'm not saying it's Tom and Jim's fault, but I'm saying, like, they let themselves be manipulated into selling this dude down the river. You know what I'm saying?
And for the rest of his life now, Jim Rugg is going to be a guy. Anybody that's friends with him is going to look at him and be like, "That guy is not ride or die." Right?
No, dude.
Like, very, very much not. Very much the opposite of ride or die.
I'm just hoping that, like, I don't know, things start to change a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's inevitable.
Like,
it's never going to change. We're going on 5-6 years now, maybe almost a decade, dude. And it's never going to change unless people stop being pussies and start naming these motherfuckers. Because right now it's like, I hope they don't come for me.
That and then the big companies got to stop hiring them. You know.
Yeah.
But there's just so many. There's just so many like you know, politic pushers in these companies. You know what I mean? That they don't really. I mean, we all know this. They don't care about the content. They don't care about the work. They just want to hire diversity hires and that spew.
In
this
some cases,
bullshit.
it seems like they actually hired them to destroy shit.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
Destroyed Vertigo.
Yeah,
Vertigo, that venerable fucking imprint from DC.
Well, you know what that is? It's they're so scared of that company actually getting flack for them calling out their mob against that company, you know, and that they have the people in charge of that company convinced that if they don't keep these people happy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll turn on
that's
them.
Where they get their power. It's just like you're only giving them, like you're giving them fucking power. You're the one that's empowering them. Because if everybody at the same time had given them the fucking finger,
everybody just needs to give them a figure.
Any of this fucking
no one's
shit.
like, oh, if I don't do this or hire them or do that, they're gonna say this. You just gotta say, hey, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm gonna do what I want and say what I want. Like no one wants to do that. No, everyone's afraid of doing that.
Yeah.
But it's like
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You got like that's you know, maybe you might lose your job. You might have to flip some burgers then.
Might happen.
You know?
No, well, you never get to that point. You know,
Nobody
if you
wants
got
to do
talent,
that.
you won't have to worry about that.
But if you got talent, but if you want to speak your mind, you might have to flip some burgers or get down in the dirt, get some dirt under the nails sometimes. You know what I mean? But a lot of artists and writers and shit and big corporation people, they're not down to sink that low for their art. You know, I am.
No, I don't think anybody. I don't think you'd have to flip burgers. You know, if you
they make good money now, they make 20 to 25 an hour over here.
Look, dude. Oh yeah, well, yeah, flipping burgers. Now, what I'm saying is, like, if you're doing comics for a living right now, and you've got talent, you're a popular writer or whatever, you start telling these people to fuck off, and they're like, "Well, we'll come for you," and you just fucking come for me. I ain't got nothing.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You're gonna get me fired? Well, I'll do a couple of Kickstarters. I'll become a millionaire. So fuck off.
I've
YouTube channel, boom.
That you have somebody working for you who's
And let me put it this way, dude. Like, and if they did contact me through email, text, or anything like that, that shit will be going public so fucking quick.
Oh, sure. I would blast those.
And while I'm friends with them, I'd be going through their X account, their Blue Water, whatever the fuck account they got, and I'll be hunting shit up. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, let's go ahead and see who's dirty.
I told you about the fucking freaks from fucking Bleeding Cool, how they fucking were threatening me, right?
Bleeding Cool.
Shit.
Yeah,
Bleeding Cool used to be reputable, but they haven't been reputable in like a fucking decade, dude.
Right?
Decade or something. Most of it's been dead for 10 years.
Fucking Adrian is like, oh, there's this guy who works for Bleeding Cool. I met him at a convention, right? So let's do like I'll hook you guys up and you can do an interview because we needed to get some press out fast before the other Six Gun Gorilla came out, right?
Yeah,
and you know, had a perfectly fine little interview, and then a couple of weeks later, he's like, yeah, you know, I'm reading all of these terrible things that you're saying about SJWs. There's no such thing as SJWs.
Adrian said that?
SJW. He's telling me that that's a sure sign of an SJW. There's no such thing as SJWs. And so he's fucking threatening to fucking cancel me. And I'm just like, I don't even have a fucking career. Like,
who did that? It was the guy from Bleeding Cool?
No, yeah, it was Dean Butters was that bitch's name. Dean Butters.
Sounds like
you're out there somewhere. Fuck you, bro. What I did was because these guys aren't very smart. I did a little reverse psychology on them. Right, I rope-a-doped them. I did a fucking Jedi mind trick.
Jedi move.
Yeah, because I was like, right. It was just like because you know we're not for censorship. We're just against bullies. And I was just like, well, you're bullying me right now, which he kind of was. Right. I was like, I was bullied as a kid and I've got all this trauma from it and shit. And now you're fucking doing the same thing. And he was like, whoa. Right. Because I was just like, I'm going to cancel you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And And he backed off, and I just fucking blocked his ass, unfriended him. Right? He was just like the last message he sent me. He was just apologizing profusely, and I was like, okay, Jedi mind trick done. Now I know to stay away from these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
but that's the crazy thing about the Heather Antoses and the fucking and Alex DeCampi. They just keep finding fucking work.
Yeah, but what these people did, what these mainstream publishers did, and what Heather Antos and all these motherfuckers did inadvertently was they created a whole offshoot of comics, you know, and they made people like me, Brian, Matt, and a whole host of, and I hate to say this, but John Malin, Ethan Van Sciver, all these other people, they launched a ton of these people into the stratosphere and gave them a whole, and took all the fans that were that were sick and tired of all the shit that they were being crammed down their throat, that were just buying Iron Man because they started collecting Iron Man when they were a kid, you know, and they're not even reading it. They're just don't want holes in their collection. So they just buy it, you know?
Right.
Then, they have somewhere else to go to get real books, you know, real comics, and they get to start off right on a bandwagon with low print runs and stuff like that, you know?
Yep.
So I don't think they realize what they actually did. Like, because when people finally wake up and they're like, holy shit, this company hasn't made money in a decade.
Yeah. It's going to take a lot more than
what the fuck are we doing here?
Than an X-Men
cartoon.
It's all
about the SEG score, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why, like, Disney doesn't bother, isn't making any profits. You know, they're in the dude. They had Star Wars and then Marvel Studios after, like, when the Marvel movies were at their peak, right?
Yeah, they fucking dropped the ball
and
on that
one. Snagged that shit and ran it into the ground, and they just keep running it further and further and further and further into the ground. And the fans are like, "Yo, we don't want this. We don't give a fuck what you want."
Yeah,
but that's the thing.
Cultural
like,
vandals.
This can't go on forever. You can't run an engine and never put gasoline in it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know anything about SG scores or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, like, whatever company is funding this, at some point they're going to be like, okay, we've lost interest. We're going to do something else. And then they just destroyed their fan base. Like, they have nothing to fall back on.
Well, it's like, you know, what about the stockholders? That's what I always thought, is that stockholders are going to get on there.
Dude, that blows my mind. Like, that really blows my mind. Like, how would they explain this to stockholders? Like, how are they getting paid?
There's got to be something more to it. It's obvious. There's something more to it, because these motherfuckers are coming into businesses and they're blowing shit down. They're burning fucking media companies down. Okay, for 1% of the population, I don't fucking think so. I don't fucking buy it. You know what I mean? I mean, you could.
Not even 1%.
No, there's way more over our head. You know what I mean? So, okay, 0.5. I'm being generous, but I'm just you know what I'm saying though. Like, there's more to this than any of us in the fucking indie sphere and all this shit. But they are hiring these motherfuckers to do it, and they're these fucking idiots, you know, to do the shit, you know, and they're down to do it because they'll take fucking pennies to do it and spread their fucking bullshit ideology that, you know, they're easily adaptable to, you know, and it is what it is, you know.
Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's on the same page.
I will say that X-Men show, the new one, it's pretty dope. That cartoon. Yeah. But it's gonna take a lot more than that to fix everything. You know, they need to fucking burn this shit down, and they need to hire new talent or old existing talent that fucking has proven themselves, you know.
Yeah.
They need to start over. Yeah, new talent. Yeah. Or talent in the indie scene that knows how to fucking do some cool comics, you know, maybe bring them in and let them play in the sandbox a bit, you know, or bring in some new shit or something.
The way that they're bringing in the indie directors for the Marvel movies.
Yeah, that's because they have a good vision, and then you just tack in a little fucking thread to the next movie. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but a little something, and then let them have their fucking artistic vision, you know. That's why you have a director. That's why you have an artist, because you want that artist's vision on that project. Otherwise, don't hire him. Hire fucking Michael Bay or something. You know what I mean? You need to
AI. Like, we know that AI could fucking write a fucking Marvel movie script.
Yeah,
you know, that technology exists right now.
Like, you don't hire Guillermo del Toro to do, you know, Batman unless you want it to be like a Guillermo movie. You know what I mean? Like, you're good. So You don't get in his way either. You stay the
like
fuck
I
out of his way.
said, when he did Blade 2, he was like, do I do Blade 2, the Guillermo del Toro movie, or do I do Blade 2, the Kick-Ass movie? And he said, I do Blade 2, the Kick-Ass movie.
I think we for sure got both on that one, though. I think we got Guillermo and Kick-Ass both, you know?
Of course, because it's the same way, like when I'm writing a script, right, for Preston or for you or for Sim or for anybody else, if I'm working with one of you, like with one of your characters, right, where it's not my shit, I'm like playing in your sandbox with your action figures, some of me is still going to get in there.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Some of me is still going to get in there, but I'm not going to make it all about me.
Yeah. And then the same can be said about politics too. Like no matter what, your inner political views on bullshit, you don't have to talk about them, but they're going to come out in your work if you're a writer a little bit and maybe a little bit of illustrated. But you don't got to podcast it. And people change
the difference exactly. Just what you said. You don't have to.
I was more liberal when I was younger, but as I aged and had family and kids, and I seen the world, and I went out there and I fucking lived a little bit, I became a little more conservative. I saw things. I saw life. I saw how things are more valuable, how humans are more valuable. I became pro-life. You know, I changed. I'm not the
Buddha. Like in Buddhism, they say there's never just two paths. You know what I'm saying?
And
there's never just the right and the left. There's always a middle path. You know?
Yes.
Exactly.
And, that's where I try to hang out.
Well, that's what I do too when it comes to religion, politics, or anything like that. Like Democrats, you know, fucking all this bullshit. Like everybody's got some good points.
Exactly.
But then when you associate yourself and you marry yourself to one political party, then you have to accept all the bad shit that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
be yourself and vote for who you want to do what you want.
Like in my opinion, I think free healthcare, free education is maybe the best possible thing you could do for a country. You know, because you want your people strong and smart.
Taxes for?
You know?
Yeah, no, totally.
I also believe in abortion. I think, some kids should be killed. There's way too many of us. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? The kid you might kill might be the next Heather Antos. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
See, on that, for instance, I'm anti-abortion, but I'm pro-choice at the same time. That is possible.
But you can't do that. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like you don't have to say, I'm anti-abortion, so everybody has to be that way. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you were raped. You still have to have that kid.
It doesn't matter if your baby doesn't have a brain.
Exactly.
But remember, like the fucking the PC song from South Park from like 10 years ago now, right?
Yeah.
Right. PC is the way to be for me and you, and because that was the part that it's all about the and you.
And it's like you have to
like you need to fucking bow down. You need to fucking conform.
Yeah, and it's like
and I can't.
People have to have their own views, you know, and you got to respect people's views sometimes. You know what I mean? And if they're really pushing them on you all the time, and you're just around that motherfucker, and all they do is want to talk that shit all the time, either they might be fucking annoying. You might not want to hang out with them all the time because it's like, all right, dude, I know your view. I don't want to hear it.
That's a distinct lack of character when all you can do is you can talk politics or religion or something like that.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, let me hear your shit. All right. This is why you like it. This is why you're doing boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. All right. I got you. This is mine. Boom, boom, boom. I don't agree with you. All right. Next subject. Let's move on.
Yes.
That's how I
disagree and be friends.
Well, it used to be cool. Like you go to the comic shop and be like, who would win out of Superman and the Hulk?
Oh yeah, that's that's why I'll go there and talk about movie casting and shit. Who's gonna play this character?
And now you go to the comic shop and it's like, what if the Hulk changed into a chick?
Yeah, but at the same time you're talking to the wall.
So true.
You're talking to like the new issues because there's no one there to talk to. Because no one's buying
exactly.
Like, oh wait, I'm just talking to myself now. Like,
and I know this has been discussed to death. And I know this has been discussed to death, but it's like I can never get over the fact that they had the best opportunity ever because they weren't with the Marvel movies because they were not going to get new fans, right?
Yeah,
they were not going to get
that video, right?
that weren't comic book people to go to the comic book store. That was not going to happen, right?
Beyond retarded. It's like the biggest,
if they had
thing ever.
The movie, right? That would have been great, and obviously the supermarkets, all that. But the main thing is that they were going to get old fans back by going like, "Hey, man, that Iron Man movie was pretty fucking dope. I wonder what Tony Stark is up to these days." And then you go to the comic book store and they pick up the new Iron Man, and they're like, "Who the fuck is Riri Williams?
That's a little girl, dude. What the fuck?
The little black girl.
Shit, this ain't Tony Stark."
Okay, well, fuck it. Let me get the Hulk.
Yeah.
Amadeus Cho? Okay, let me get Thor. Thor is my.
I just think it kind of boils down to CIA bullshit.
now?
Like I really do. Like it just got to be more like this op shit. You know,
There's a point to it, but I can't figure out what it is, dude. Like for the life of me, I
it's
can't figure it out.
Resilient, and I think it's been resilient because of the government. Because the government,
it has to be government doing it. I think they're trying to destabilize the American family unit. They're trying to turn a lot of the kids like they don't like gay or not gay or just question themselves.
You can also think of it like this: like the government can't take away your guns, right?
Yep.
So what's the next best thing?
Right.
Destroy the person that's going to be using the guns. Like take away their manhood. You know what I'm saying? Take away their honor, integrity, and all this other kind of stuff. That way, when you storm it, you come in, you're like, okay, lay down your weapons, get out here and line up. They're like, okay. Don't hurt me.
And they're weak and they're impatient and they're fucking stoned. No offense, guys. And they're impatient. They have fucking short term. They need quick fucking entertainment that's fast, and they're impatient too. You know what I mean? And they're fucking soy bound.
Well,
there's a lot of time they're sitting around.
It trips me out like, because they had an Adderall shortage for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, wait a second. I was like, I can see like if there was an oil shortage or something because we have to take that out of the ground. You know what I'm saying? And we actually have to, or there was a food shortage or something like that, right? Or tomatoes because fucking crops of tomatoes. Adderall. It's like we make that. Like we can make as many as we want. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's we're not lacking in chemicals to make Adderall. And then I was thinking, I was like, yeah, but all this shit. This is kind of like them just saying, keep fucking up, and I'll take something else away. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it felt like.
Little stab.
Yeah. Well, to me, I always thought it was just like rich people stockpiling that shit. That's what I thought. Because they didn't want to face a potential shortage, so they created a shortage for the rest of us so they could fucking make it.
Brian, when you're doing Adderall, when you're taking your Adderall and you ran out and you stopped taking it, what did it feel like?
For 2 weeks, headaches.
You were just packed full of energy, though, right?
Oh my God. It was like ADD on steroids.
But were you sleeping a lot? And when you ran out, like you were just like, oh, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of another thing too. It's like get everybody addicted to Adderall and then take it away.
Exactly. And that's why I was reluctant to get back on it. That's why when my shrink was like, oh, Adderall's back. It had been gone for 5 months. And I was like, do I want to even get on this shit again? I did because it's always like, okay, it's about quality of life. And I want to be productive, and that should help me be productive. But I do break the pills in half. I do take a smaller dose.
That's the key right there. Don't take the whole dose. Like just take just enough to get by with,
Yes.
I treat it like a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like gives me a boost in the morning, and I just keep that motor going all day.
Yep. Absolutely, man. And man, it doesn't, when you're like apologizing, like, sorry guys for like talking about like being stoned. It's like, it's okay to like, do I smoke the ganja or do I vape the ganja? Absolutely. But I'm not a stoner, right?
Oh, I know. Just some people, I apologize because they get really, emotional about it.
I know.
Like this fucking idiot doesn't know what he's talking about. That's
what I always find funny is like people like they don't want to ever admit that there's side effects to the stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you talk bad about weed? Like just because
that's stupid. Or it's even like or people are like talking shit about like Preston loves to talk shit about religion or even specifically Christianity, and that's like I don't get defensive over that shit.
Well, you kind of can. I mean,
I don't get hurt about it.
What I'm saying is true, so it's.
But I mean, some people like that's why like for me to avoid like I don't know certain things. I'll
Well, it depends on the person.
I don't want to offend them.
People,
I don't know who
do the same thing. Like if you talk bad about Kratom, Well, you don't have a mob of people on top of you with
There's
that.
just certain things, you know what I mean? Like for me, I'm like a cockroach turtle. I'm a turcock. I could take a lot, physically, emotionally, verbally. It takes a lot to really like get to me. But when you crack my shell open, then you know. But I'll listen.
Dude, I'm the exact same way. Like it takes a lot to get me angry, but if you make it happen, you like this Piscor shit, dude. Like I was,
I felt weird, man. It felt like somebody I knew had died when that guy died.
Dude.
Somebody I knew had died because I was watching the show every day. You know,
exactly.
It really.
It was so wrong, dude.
It got to me, and I got real sick that week too, and it was a rough week.
Justice of it, man.
Like,
it made your heart sick. Do you know what I'm saying? It made you feel sick to your heart.
It's hard to talk about.
Would you ever go and attack somebody that was special needs? Like, would you ever do it? Would you be that low of a person to attack somebody that was? These people did. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And it's like if you don't say anything and you don't stand up, so that type of fucking like mean. You know what I'm saying? The only way to fight mean is with mean.
Yeah,
no, I disagree. I disagree. I darkness can't drive out darkness. Only light can do that.
Well, would you say if somebody's threatening you with a gun, you don't think, and there's somebody else there with a gun, and he's about to shoot somebody, you wouldn't tell that dude to shoot that dude in the head?
No, I'd probably fucking shoot him in the knee.
Well, that's the first thing they train you with police is that you're not supposed to aim for flesh wounds. You go for a kill shot because
I know,
you don't want that motherfucker firing back.
Yeah.
But then again, it's one of those things, right? Where it's a hypothetical. You don't know what you're going to do until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can speculate, right? We all have that action movie in our heads.
Yeah, that's
right?
not real life.
Like, there's you know, there's going to be like a mass shooting at the mall, and I'm going to take out my fucking piece, and I'm going to die through the air like Charlie on Fat, and
like John Woo.
All I know is this. Like, I know one thing, and this is the one thing I know because it got me in trouble so many fucking times.
Yeah,
is that I'm hard to anger, but once you do, I will do stupid shit. It will be detrimental to me.
I'll hurt myself to get back at you.
Like me, I get like red drunk.
I don't see all the red flags. I just go straight for the target. You know what I'm saying? And it's
I'm patient.
I go berserk,
years to get even with
straight up. So I like don't go into that area. You know,
that's me too. Like that's what I'm saying. But
my head gets really hot. Like the blood goes all up in there. I just see red, and I get
my ears get hot. Like I feel my ears
get red.
get
I get
real
red
hot,
and I get rage drunk. I can't.
It's
it's hard to control it. So I figured a way out how to control it.
Me too.
Meditation.
Buddhism, meditation.
Yeah.
Because blacking out and seeing somebody on the floor and not remembering how they got there. It's just not.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. That happened to me in school more than once, dude. I got suspended because of that shit.
Oh, I wish that had been me, man. You know, that's that was a tough thing.
You kind of don't though, because people are scared of you after that. They think you're crazy. You know?
Yeah, no, that's what you want. You want them to think that you're fucking crazy.
I never wanted
because everybody, like the most hardened motherfuckers in the hardest motherfucker in the hardest prison in the world is terrified of one thing, and that's a lunatic. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody, like Bruce Lee said, "Who would you like? Would you be afraid to fight anybody?" He was like, "Yeah, who? A fucking lunatic." Because you don't know what they're going to do, and they're unpredictable.
Well, that's probably true in prison, but I'm telling you, like in high school, that's absolutely not true.
Yeah,
really.
I'm saying, like, you don't want people scared of you like that, because then chicks don't want to approach you because they think you're crazy. You know?
Yeah, but they're not approaching you anyway. Oh God, I was terrified of girls still when I was in high school, man. Yeah, it took me a while.
It took me a while
before I could talk to girls.
Well, shoot, boys, I've been going about 2 hours.
Yes,
2 hours.
Probably gonna call her quits right now.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Thanks for coming on. Brian, where can people find you at, man?
Find me on the twatters. Talk about the squatters at Brian Christgau. You can follow me on the Facebooks at Brian Christgau. You can follow me on the YouTubes at Brian Christgau 1415. And yeah, once Preston goes in and fucking draws a freaking mustache and a beard on Gravesend, I'm gonna be launching the campaign for the new six-gun gorilla. Oh yeah, this is the Dillard cover right here.
That's the only thing that's stopping you from launching a campaign is the mustache.
He said,
yes, yes, motherfucker, yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel guilty? You should.
No, I don't feel I should feel guilty.
Because what I'm going to do is
I don't feel guilty. Is that weird?
It needs to be finished before I send it to the letterer, right? Because I was like, can I just letter this and then you can just draw on the mustache? And you're like, no, I got to like draw on the mustache first. And I remember like in the 30s, like guys would just draw mustaches on like
and glasses,
like ads of like women, right? I'm just asking for just a couple of fucking lines.
I sent you an example though, like of the mustache I drew on him. Was that? I mean, the beard was that right? Or he needs a mustache?
He has a stash. I sent you a bunch of pictures, bro.
Yeah, I got to go through it.
I'll also send you a picture of the the character that I sort of based him on. Remember,
I'll go ahead and do it tonight. I'll send it over to you.
The Quick and the Dead.
Yeah,
like that's what he's supposed to look like.
Lance Henriksen.
Yes, Lance Henriksen in that specific.
Want to play poker with me, little lady?
Yeah.
And Brian, speaking of westerns, our western is already lined up for next week. It is
4 of the Apocalypse. Oh man, that's good.
So you hear that, everybody? Tune in to Brian Christgau's channel. It is Brian Christgau on YouTube. It's going to be the Western Jamboree where we talk about spaghetti westerns Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every other week we talk about horror movies,
where
which
you
is
can
the horror movie.
watch a movie for free.
Yep. And Preston, where can people find you?
Right here, and at the Horror Movie Club, and
and at Nikki the Pipe on the Twatters.
On the Twatters.
Killer art. Yeah. Go follow him and follow Brian as well for some killer.
Hook a homeboy up with some subs.
Hook us all up with some subs. Thanks everybody for watching. Like and subscribe. Always remember to be bold.
That fucking like button.
Be brave.
Spank that subscribe button.
And spank the subscribe. And thanks for watching though, for reals. And roll the bones to know your role. I'll see you guys. Peace.
Peace and love.